Hey, sis. How about you take me with you on your honeymoon? Please! You guys are loaded. You won't notice little old me there. Ruben said he liked your little sister, right? He's so nice and rich. I'm sure he won't mind. Okay? Oh, I can't wait. It's totally awesome having a cool, rich brother-in-law.
What are you talking about? Ruben's grandfather passed away and we've canceled the trip. Everything is on hold while the family decides what to do with his estate.
What? But you had a wedding.
Yes, and he died that night. I told you that, don't you remember? We all told him he was too drunk to drive and even locked his car keys in the hotel's safe. Somehow he convinced a valet to go and buy him some smokes, and while the guy was out, he took a McLaren out on the highway. The rest was played out on the morning news.
Yeah, but he was old. One old dude dying shouldn't be a reason to cancel your honeymoon. Nothing is going to bring the old guy back. You and Ruben need to jet off and celebrate. And take me with you, of course. I mean, it all sounds a bit far-fetched, doesn't it? Why is he so cut up about his grandfather? The guy was old and sick anyway, wasn't he?
You don't listen to anything I say, do you? Ruben's parents were always too busy to spend much time with him. His father was almost constantly on business trips, and his mother was more in rehab centers than out of them. He was basically raised by his grandfather. So he was more like a father than a grandfather. Okay? Does that kind of make sense? Anyway, we aren't going to just ignore it and traipse off on a honeymoon while he's still grieving.
How about just you and me then, sis? It would be such a shame to waste the chance, don't you think?
No, I don't. What I do think is that it's not only weird, but also extremely presumptuous of someone's sister to think she'd be welcome on someone else's honeymoon.
Well, you don't have to call it a honeymoon, right? Call it whatever you like. I don't mind. Let's just go somewhere. You and me? If you guys are paying, I don't mind where we go.
You need to stop trying to freeload through life. It's time to grow up. You can't just expect people to pay your way just because you smile and act cute around them. You're not a little girl anymore, Eileen.
What's the big deal? If a guy with a lot of money wants to spend it, who's to say he shouldn't?
There's a time and a place for everything.
That's what I'm saying. Let's go.
This is not the time or the place. If you want to go somewhere so badly, spend your own money and go. No one's stopping you.
What?
I'm not discussing it any further. Think about it. Geez, Eileen, if you weren't my sister.
Hey, sis. The weather here is amazing. By the time you guys got here, the rain might have arrived, but it's beautiful right now.
What? Eileen? What do you mean the weather here? Where is here?
I got here first and did a little shopping. Fantastic choice of location. I knew Ruben had great taste.
Like I told you before, we canceled. There is no honeymoon. There won't be until things are sorted out with Ruben's family.
Really? Because I talked to Mom and she said you'd been around their house to borrow a suitcase. You were planning to sneak off without me, weren't you? You can't trick the trickster. I knew you were fibbing. I bet you guys are either in a taxi or already at the airport right now. I know you were planning on leaving today. I'd say I'm a little hurt you try to trick me. But hey, if you take me shopping, I just might forgive you. Anyway, that's enough chit-chat. When are you arriving? The drive from the hotel along the beach to the resort is so cool. The courtesy shuttle stopped to let the security guards sweep it with metal detectors, and while they were doing that, lots of little children came out of the forest and tried to sell us flowers.
Oh, for God's sake.
The guards shoot them away with the butts of their rifles, but as the little scamps hurried back into the trees, there was a lovely rain of petals when one little girl tripped and her flower basket flew into the air. The locals are so welcoming.
Actually, the suitcase was to put some of Ruben's grandfather's things in. We're flying up to his log cabin on Friday to clean it up before putting it on the market.
Huh?
Yes. And from there, we're going down to Florida to see some of his relatives. They own a retirement community in Satellite Beach, and Reuben wants to give a few personal things back to people his grandfather had borrowed from them. It's an end to a very long and complicated life. Reuben wants to make sure there are no loose ends. His grandfather was a complicated man with connections all over the place. We have a box of what look like human rib bones to return to a guy in the home. Reuben told me not to ask too many questions. All I know is that the guy's name is Jeezy Wick and he's 99 years old.
Florida?
Yeah, I've been trying to tell you.
But it's not anywhere near Cebu Island. It's in the opposite direction.
Yes. I don't know what else to say. I've been honest with you from the start. We canceled the honeymoon. We canceled everything. You've decided we didn't, and now it looks like you've gone and done something really stupid.
Canceled everything? That includes the hotel?
Of course. I did it online as soon as we heard about Reuben's grandfather. I told you.
Oh, crap. That really puts me in a bind.
What's it got to do with you? It wasn't your honeymoon or reservations.
'Cause, as I just told you, I'm here in Cebu. I had it all planned. I was gonna surprise you. You wouldn't mind me crashing on the floor, would you? You guys booked the honeymoon suite, right? It would have been more than big enough for the three of us.
You've lost it, Eileen. Even for you, this is crazy. Look, even if we were there, I wouldn't have let you ruin our honeymoon. What's gotten into you? Plus, the hotel would find out we had an undeclared guest and throw us all out.
Oh, they'd never know.
Well, it's pointless arguing about it because we canceled the trip and aren't even in the same country.
Really? You've totally screwed me.
I've screwed you. How is that even possible? The honeymoon had nothing to do with you in the first place. I never once suggested you come too. Like, who does that? Who takes their little sister on their own honeymoon? It kinda defeats the purpose of the newlyweds getting away, right?
Sis, you were leaving me with no choice but to play my trump card.
What's that?
I've just ordered 2 full-course meals at the resort's best restaurant. It's $400 each.
And what's the trump move?
I paid for it with your credit card.
What? My credit card? You little... You stole it. I couldn't find it last night, but I didn't have time to search properly. I just assumed it would turn up. I can't believe you. What's happened to turn you into such a horrible person?
Oops, my bad. When you came to borrow the suitcase, I accidentally took it from your purse. Sorry.
You dirty little piece of crap. How could you?
Looks like I'm gonna have a nice holiday after all, huh? Bye-bye. I'll post some photos, so be sure to like them. Okay, sis? Allison! I just tried to pay and the credit card doesn't work. Declined. I tried until the clerk got angry. Sis! I don't know what to do. Didn't you pay your credit card bill? I can't believe you'd be so irresponsible as to let it go into default. What have you been doing? Hello? Allie, I really need you to check your phone.
Well, of course it was declined. That's what happens when you cancel it.
You just said you assumed it would turn up.
Yeah, but I took the precaution to cancel it and got a new one just in case. Imagine if some revolting criminal had it at their disposal and used it to buy expensive food at high-class restaurants. Some of those places cost upwards of $500 a meal. I'm not going to be the sucker who gets stuck with the bill.
No way!
What, you didn't know that was possible? I just went online, entered the details, and it was done instantly. It used to be that you had to call the customer center and spend all day on the phone listening to John Denver or something.
Are you making fun of me? I'm finished. What can I do? I managed to calm the hotel manager down. I told him I'd get the money transferred tomorrow. $1,000 of my own money. That's gonna have me housebound for weeks.
Hey, Eileen?
Yeah?
I was just wondering, are you there with someone?
What? Why do you ask?
It's just a few things you said. It gave the impression that you weren't there alone. You had 2 full-course meals. I know you. You don't eat that much, so I can't imagine even you letting so much food go to waste. And I doubt you paid for the plane tickets. For a moment, I had the horrible feeling that maybe you charged your ticket to my credit card too, but I checked, and that, at least, you didn't. So it only leaves one other possibility that I can think of. You're traveling with someone and they have paid for everything so far. Am I right?
Yeah. My boyfriend. He's here too. I wanted to surprise you when you arrived.
Your boyfriend. Things don't really add up. It's all a bit strange.
Why? What's so strange? People go on holidays with their boyfriends all the time.
That's not what I mean.
Well, then what?
It's just that I saw your fiancé Jack this morning. We were taking the subway on our way to the airport. Even though it was Martin Luther King Day, there he was getting off the subway as we were getting on. He was wearing a suit. I asked him about it and he said he'd been asked to come into the office. Something about foreign clients. So, who the hell are you there with? You'd better come clean. You know you're terrible at lying, and it always makes it much worse. So who the hell are you with? You aren't... No, it's not possible. You aren't cheating on your fiancé, are you? You're supposed to be getting married this summer.
Yeah, when I said boyfriend, I didn't mean it like that. I meant that I'm here with a friend who just happens to be a boy. That's all. There's nothing strange about it. Nothing anyone needs to go talking about, that's for sure.
You've got a fiancé back here and you're traveling halfway around the world with a male friend? You gotta be joking.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? It's only a problem if you decided to make it one. Just let it be, please?
There's everything wrong with it. And speaking of wrong, you said you were planning to spend the time there sleeping on the floor of our hotel room. Am I remembering correctly? And you didn't think we would object to all of that? Not just the invasion of privacy on our honeymoon, but also that you were there with another guy?
We were planning to slip in after you guys were asleep and then leave in the morning before you woke up. It was a perfect plan. I was sure it would have worked out just as I imagined.
You were so stingy that you were willing to risk all that just to save on the cost of a hotel room? Mom and Dad didn't raise you to be such a cheap user. You've got money, haven't you? And if you don't, you can't expect newlyweds on their honeymoon to let you sleep on the floor with a man they've never even met. A man who isn't your fiancé. I'd be impressed by your boldness if I wasn't gonna kill you for stealing my credit card.
Sis, can we just keep this between the two of us?
Ruben was with me this morning.
Can we just keep this between the three of us?
You've got to be kidding. It goes without saying that I'm telling Jack. You can't do what you've done and expect to get away with it.
No, you can't do that. He's such a good catch. Son of the president, high salary, destined to take over the company.
Sorry, Ruben is on the phone to him right now.
What? Why is he doing that? Stop him.
He's in the middle of telling Jack what's happening. I can hear Jack shouting down the other end of the phone. Ooh, sounds furious.
Oh, for God's sake, no!
Yup, sounds like he already suspected you were cheating. I guess this is the evidence he was waiting for.
No way!
Yep, I'm afraid so. It doesn't look good. What were you thinking? One last fling before getting married? Oh, and hey, it would appear that Jack wasn't actually working. He was about to meet with a PI he had tailing you. You're well and truly busted, it would seem.
He had me followed?
Well, yeah, as far as the airport at least. There's no coming back from this one.
Jack broke off our engagement. He wants the ring back. He told me I have to pay for the last-minute cancellation of the chapel and reception venue. You have no idea how much that's gonna cost. He invited clients and partners from all over the country. It was gonna be one of the biggest weddings this town had ever seen. Sis, you've gotta help me. I can't pay for that. I'll be ruined. The cost of the invitations alone was eye-watering. You've gotta help me. You didn't treat me to a holiday, so you owe me one. You've gotta do something. Just this once. Please? I'm begging you. You wouldn't leave your own little sister like this, would you? Come on, Allie. You've gotta help me out. Sis? I tried talking to Mom and Dad. I thought they'd listen. I thought they'd say it was gonna be okay. But they told me to pack my bags and get out. They said it's me that got myself into this mess, so I'd have to think of a way out. What can I do? I don't even have a fraction of the money it'll cost. You'll help me, won't you? I need somewhere to live. I got nowhere to go. Please. You guys are loaded, aren't you? You can afford a little place downtown, right? I won't be there forever, just until I get back on my feet. Just until I find the next Mr. Right. You know me, it won't take long.
Eileen?
I'll start looking right away. I saw some beautiful little bungalows down by the marina. I'll let you know when I find the perfect one.
You're on your own. Ruben and I won't give you a cent.
What? Hang on. What do you mean? We've always had each other's backs, right? You and I, sisters against the world. Sisters forever.
You're delusional. After all the crap you pulled. Of course, this was just the final straw. I've put up with your selfish demands for years. Ever since we were kids, I've had to clean up after you. Often literally.
I'm really screwed. You gotta help me. I've got no one else to turn to. Just this once. Help me out and I'll never ask you for anything again. I promise. Allison? Okay, how about a loan? I'll pay you back. You know I will. Ask Ruben. Can you ask him? You will, right? Say you will. Please.
I'm blocking your number. Bye-bye and good luck.
Allison!
My parents wonder if Eileen turned out to be so self-centered because of the way our grandmother doted on her. She loved us both, but it was Eileen that she went the extra mile for. She'd buy her anything she wanted. Eileen would demand toys and our grandmother would buy them. Eileen would just throw most of them in the trash the next day. It produced the kind of selfish and spoiled little brat that you were just introduced to. She just grew up like that. Every time she put her hand out, Grandma would put money in it. Then Grandma died, and Eileen started finding men to do the same. Then when neither myself or my parents would pay for her, she found some unsuspecting guy to treat her to trips and fancy dinners. The poor guy genuinely didn't know she was engaged, he says. I believed him. Eileen can be very deceitful and persuasive when she wants to. Anyway, when he found out, he didn't want to have anything more to do with her either. So next she tried to latch onto a wealthy older man, but he was married, and when the wife found out, she hired thugs to smash Eileen's meager little apartment to pieces. She finally had to bite the bullet and get a real job. And another. I heard she's working 16 to 18 hours a day to not only make ends meet, but to pay back the massive debt for the wedding. Some days I'm tempted to reach out to her. Then I remember the credit card and the lies, and I think she got what she deserves. How long do you think she should suffer? Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. Bye!